So now it's a time. I think it's time for the viewers to have a live search strategy to explain what is how to go select Scopus journal and other things. Now it's over to Praveen to share his screen so that he'll be explaining to the viewers how it is done, so the viewers can get benefited out of it.
Hi everyone. Now we will see about some of the key aspects while writing a paper publication. This is the page of a journal. This is the author instruction page of a journal. The first thing you should note about any article that you are writing is the title. Always make sure that your title is simple and it is to the point. Do not deviate from your main outcome of your work. Have a simple title. Don't use various acronyms. Don't use different jargons in your title. So have it simple. As soon as you finish your title, go for writing the body of the manuscript. Don't write abstract as soon as you complete your title. So in the body of the manuscript for research papers or the systematic reviews or meta-analysis, we will follow a scheme called IMRAD scheme: Introduction, Methodology, Results, and Discussion. So you can follow that pattern to write the manuscript body. After completing the body of the manuscript, you can write your abstract. So the abstract is the thing that reviewer as well as editor first reads in your paper. So you must be very careful while writing the abstract. Certain journals will have a certain abstract format. For example, this journal includes both structured as well as non-structured abstract. Certain journal will include only structured abstracts. So there will be word limits, etc. You should have an idea about writing the abstract. Then the next important thing and the most important thing is keywords. Keywords are something that gives you the visibility of your work. Once your paper gets published, it is depending upon the keywords that your paper can be viewed by other researchers. So always choose keywords from something called medical subject headings. You can see this is the medical subject headings website. It is a PubMed based website. This is the medical subject heading website. This is like a thesaurus or dictionary type website for biomedical sciences as well as life sciences. So here you can give your topic, the topic you are interested in. For example, I have written vomiting in pregnancy. So the suitable keyword for me will be hyperemesis gravidarum. So you can try different topic and you can get the suitable keyword that you can use. For example, I have chosen hand washing. The appropriate keyword here will be hand disinfection. So choosing a keyword is the most important thing, because every researcher, while searching in PubMed, they will use only the medical subject headings to find the literatures for their research. So make sure that you always choose a keyword from medical subject heading. The next and the most important thing about research publication is the references. While you write the references, you have various software these days, such as Zotero, Mendeley, etc., to track your references. But every journal will have a specific style. Particular journal has a style called Vancouver style. Some journals will have MLA style, some will have APA style, some will have Harvard style. You have to go through the author instruction top to bottom to understand what style of references that you will use in your paper. So these are some of the things that you should have in your mind while preparing a manuscript. So once you submit a manuscript, what will happen is it will go to the editor. The editor will initially review the paper. The editor can very well reject your paper. As Sati sir said, you can submit at 5 p.m. It will reach your the editor by 5:1. The editor can reject your paper by 5:3 itself, provided your paper must have certain criteria that it should follow. There are four important things that you should have in your mind while submitting a paper for publication. The first thing you should have in your mind is plagiarism. Make sure, as sir said, make sure your plagiarism content is less than 10%. Always cite the sources from which you have adapted. Always try writing your manuscript in a different way, in a new way, so that you will get a lesser plagiarized content. The second thing is always follow the author instructions. For example, this is an author instruction of a journal. 100% adhere to the author instruction of the journal. They have given a font size, follow that font size. If they have given some content to be in bold font, make that content to be in bold font. You 100% adhere to the author instructions. And the third thing is you should have a novel concept. A novel concept is the thing that will get your paper published. A well-known concept, if you're submitting again and again, no editor will be ready to publish. You should either have a novel idea or a novel methodology to prove that idea, something should be novel in your publication. The fourth and the final thing is that your manuscript must match the scope of the journal. For example, I have chosen one of the PubMed Index journal here. You can see this journal publishes only the manuscripts with in vitro studies or animal studies, preclinical studies of tropical diseases. So every journal will have certain specific scope. Make sure that you submit a paper with that particular scope of the journal. You always check with the scope of the journal. So, following these four things like avoiding plagiarism, adhering to the author instructions, adhering to the scope of the journal, and having a novel concept will get your article through the editorial phase. Once your article goes to the editorial phase, it will go to the reviewer phase. So, if your article reaches reviewer phase, we cannot do anything. We have to wait for the reviewer comments. A reviewer can either accept your publication, can reject, can give revisions to your publication. Even if a reviewer rejects your journal, you will have a reviewer comments. You will have a feedback, first-hand feedback of your work. So you can either incorporate those feedback in your work. If you find it is suitable, it will boost your paper. You can incorporate all those things in your paper, and then you can submit it to a next journal. So these are some of the important things that you should have in your mind before submitting the paper for publication. The next thing is, how do you choose a journal for publication? So this is one of the most important thing, as both sirs were discussing about publication in index journals. So the first thing that you should have in your mind is, as a starter, as a researcher, you should always start with Scopus. Scopus should be your first criteria. Following Scopus, you can go for Web of Sciences. In Web of Sciences, we have both Emerging Source Citation Index and Science Citation Index Expanded. This Science Citation Index Expanded is the pinnacle for any researcher to have a paper published in it. When you are in Science Citation Indexed publication league, you have to think about the impact factor. We can talk about this later. Right now, this is the Scopus homepage. Here you can see two different things. One is the author search, the other thing is sources. You have to select these sources. Here you will have a list of journals. For example, there are 41,154 results here. So the first thing you should do as a researcher to find out the selected journal is, you have to download this Scopus sources list. We have a option for downloading. Once you download it, you will get an Excel sheet. You can see this Excel sheet has almost every journal that is indexed in Scopus. Here I have used some of the filters to include only the journal that are of pharmacology and pharmaceutical sciences, and make sure that you choose only the active journals. So here you can choose the journal depending upon your research. You can choose any of these journals depending upon your research, whether you are doing it in a clinical pharmacy or in a hospital pharmacy or pharmacokinetics. You have various journals pertaining to your research. So after selecting this, you should check this in the website also. The reason being is, this Scopus sources list, this Excel spreadsheet is published only few times a year. So you have to check these things in the website also. For example, I am checking this clinical pharmacokinetics journal. Once you check this journal, you will get various results. So you can select a particular journal. Here you can read about the journal's coverage year, their publisher, etc. So always select a journal which has its publication year to present. So these journals are the journals that are currently indexed in Scopus. You can also cross-check it here also in Scopus concern coverage, whether there are publications of 2020. Then you can submit a paper in this journal. So always choose a Scopus index journal. Being a researcher in India, you have to adhere to the guidelines given by University Grants Commission. They have given a specific list called UGC CARE list. So there are two different lists of journals that are published in India. So here in UGC, you can search over here, or you can check it in both the list. So UGC has given two different lists. The first list is the journals that are being selected by UGC directly. The second list here is the journals that are being extracted from Web of Sciences and Scopus. Recently, the UGC CARE list has removed certain journals from Scopus from its criteria. So these are some of the journals that are removed from the UGC CARE list, some of the Scopus index journals that are removed from the UGC CARE list. So always make sure that your paper is in both Scopus index as well as in UGC CARE list also. These are the first things that you should know for your initial publications. So when you go in publications, you can try at Web of Sciences. basically Web of Sciences have four different core collection. One is Emerging Sources Citation Index, the ESCI, which is the basic level in Web of Sciences. Then there are Arts and Science, Humanities Citation Index, Social Sciences Citation Index, and Science Citation Index expanded. These social science citation index and arts and humanities are concerned to that particular field. For biomedical science researchers and life science researchers, these two are the most important thing: the emerging sources citation index and science citation index expanded. So you can download the list from emerging sources citation index. You have a list of various journals that are included in emerging sources citation index. The difference between the emerging sources citation index and science citation index expanded is when a journal publisher wants to index his journal in Web of Sciences, initially if the journal is having certain basic qualities, they are included in emerging sources citation index. So if the journal maintains the same quality throughout the stipulated period, then they are upgraded to Science Citation Index Expanded. This Science Citation Index Expanded is the pinnacle of any publication. Always higher impact publications belong to Science Citation Index Expanded publication. So this Web of Sciences provides you another opportunity also. You can match your own manuscript. You can find suitable journals for your own manuscript. Here I have given a published work of ours. I have given the title and abstract in the manuscript matcher. So I have got 38 journal results. So I have 38 various journals of Web of Sciences. This is the Web of Sciences master journal list. I have got 38 various journals. Here you can see the journal's core collection, its ISSN. You can view its profile page, etc. So this you can use for identifying a suitable journal for your publication. When you have done a quality research or you have written a quality paper on either on meta-analysis or systematic review, you can use these softwares to find out the suitable journal. Similar to Web of Sciences, some of the publishers like Elsevier, Wiley Online Publishers, MDPI, Springer, Taylor Francis, etc. They have their own journal finders. You can also try in that. The next thing you should always keep in your mind is the journal citation reports. We were talking about impact factor. Impact factor is being these days given by various agencies, but the global research community will always depend upon journal citation reports. Here, for example, I have chosen a journal in which we have recently published a manuscript. This is International Journal of Antimicrobial Agents. I have just searched the journal in the master journal list. Here I have found the information about the journal, right from the year it has published, number of issues it have, etc. Whether it is in SCA or ESCA, all the details it will give. When you come down, here is the most important thing. This is called journal metrics. In journal metrics, these metrics are derived from journal citation reports. Journal citation reports are the gold standard for any researcher. For example, the impact factor of this particular journal is 4.615. That is given by journal citation reports. So when you choose a journal for quality publication, quality research, always make sure that you choose from the impact factor depending on journal citation report. Certain journals will have their own impact factor ranges. There are some other impact factor agencies that give impact factor, but the global research community will always depend upon the JCR reports. So make sure that your paper is in a JCR index journal. There are something that you should have in mind. So when your paper gets published, the next thing is, as a researcher, you should maintain an academic and research profile to keep your paper, to track your citation, to track about how you have done research, etc. For example, this is my Google Scholar profile. Google Scholar is the basic place where you can track all your publications. These are all the list of publications that I have had. So you can have all the list of publications in Google Scholar. Here you will have citation metrics, the indexing detail, citation metrics, and these are all the citations that I have received journal wise. So here you can track about the citations, your article metrics in Google Scholar. Google Scholar is the basic thing. Any published work will get updated in Google Scholar, provided you have 1 month time between the date of publication and the updation in Google Scholar. The next thing is Scopus. Scopus, like I said, in author search you can search for your profile. Then Scopus also has different profile ideas. So Scopus also includes your publication, tracks your publication, tracks your citation, tracks your H index. So Scopus all your papers that are published in Scopus Index Journal will automatically get updated into Scopus Preview, provided you give it 4 weeks time from the date of publication. There are several other portals to maintain your academic profile, like ResearchGate is there. You have Researcher ID by Web of Sciences. You have ORCID. You have ORCID. You have Mendeley. You have Academia, etc. Always try and maintain your academic profile. This will give you a wide coverage and wide visibility among the various researchers. So these are some of the few things that I wanted to share with you all through this web Facebook Live. So we'll get back to.
Excellent. You had explained very nicely all those aspects of publication, starting from preparing a manuscript, what should be the structure of the manuscript, how an abstract should be, what the keywords should be, and what are the reasons for generally for rejection of an outright rejection from a journal. Mainly, the outright rejection means mostly it will not match the scope. That is what you impressed upon the audience also. So that you should not worry. You should find a suitable journal. That's the way we have to move further forward.